Good afternoon and welcome to this video on the dev letter that was shared today, the A.V.A. Global Innovations, the sort of roadmap for what we can expect in June. So this morning, the devs shared a dev letter, which was more of a roadmap sort of update preview. I wouldn't really call it a roadmap though, because it's only for this month and not for a longer period of time. Nonetheless, they shared quite a bit of information of what we can expect the next update. The next update I am expecting to hit in about 2 weeks, which would be on the 22nd. Could perhaps be on the 29th as well, but given the way the updates have been the last time, I do think we're going to see it the 22nd. And I want to quickly take you over what has been shared. Perhaps the hidden things that people didn't necessarily see. Some background information of stuff that I already know is not in the information, but I can sort of say between the lines. Not to risk, of course, my own update preview stream and not to make the devs upset. And then a final note that I want to make on custom rooms, because I do want to make some comments on that. Not to make you guys excited, but more of a message to the devs. I think that's a better way to say it. So let's go to the letter. So they share this image with a new season, clan mark, wars, new service, and new combination system. They said, mercenaries, we've been working hard to improve the gameplay experience of A.V.A. Global by adding new content, constantly updating the weapon balance, and many others. Our work continues today to provide a more enjoyable experience by providing various gunplay options while maintaining realistic gunplay and core fun. Through this announcement, we'd like to take this opportunity to give you a sneak peek of what we are preparing in the upcoming update and tell you what's new for the June update. So yeah, this is purely focused on the upcoming update. Now we have a new season format, what they say. So we have a new Battle Pass, Season 4 is being prepared and it's scheduled to open after June updates. Thank you so much for interest and participation in Season 3 Core. For the following season, our team is preparing a new format to introduce a variety of weapon series. This will get more opportunities to get seasonal skins in Battle Pass and limited skins in the in-game shop boxes. Now, what is important to note there, of course, here, not much is being shared, but we saw an image over here, and this image kind of, well, it just fully leaks what we're going to get. So what I'm going to share with you guys now is not only 3 new guns, but also the series. I had some help from someone on Discord who was able to recognize these 2 skins. I've seen this one before, hadn't seen this one before, although I already knew what this weapon was when I saw it because the devs did inform me of that. But since we can see it on the picture, I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna tell you what it's going to be, because this was also new for me. I thought it was just this. So the skin series, what we can see here, this is the AKS-74U Punk Revo. So in our version, the Desmodus Pink Revo, and this is the CZ Bren Dark Hunter. So these 2 weapons we will see, and it looks like the series will be focused most around the Punk Revo, because Punk Revo has 5 skins in total, which I'm going to show you now because I have them in images on top, and I also have the teaser video for the Dark Hunter series to show you how they look and what is in there. The first weapon, the AKS-74U Punk Revo, that was the skin that was being teased in the image. You already knew that. Then we go on to a new weapon, which is a appointment weapon, the MP18 Punk Revo, which we better know as the Berkman MP18. Personally, I really like this gun. It's a pretty cool gun. It's fun to use. It also gives a bit of co-op vibes, even though it doesn't have that much of an ammo drum to actually use it, although you can see it does have the ammo drum. But I think a lot of people will like this. It's not going to be your standard meta gun, but perhaps for co-op it could be quite useful. Next weapon, the FG42 Punk Revo, or in our version, the DT42 Punk Revo. Looks pretty clean. Gives me a bit of a little bit of a navy kind of vibe, navy camo vibe. I think it looks quite cool, but overall the Punk Revo series is quite good looking, and my favorite skin will be all the way at the end. I'll show that in a bit. But first, the 4th weapon, and also a new weapon that's going to be added, which is the M16VN Punk Revo. Now, this is a gun which is also a fairly classic one, although this is the updated versions, not the M16A. Not like the Pristis Burst and stuff like that, or the was it Snow Leopard? This is the upgraded versions to the VN series. But I think this Punk Revo as well. You have the star on it, gives you military vibes. Pretty cool overall, but this gun is particularly interesting. It has like 20 bullets, but in order for it to be viable in our version, because it doesn't have the ball bang of a let's compare to FG because that's 20 bullets as well. Doesn't have the wallbang capabilities, doesn't have the stopping power, but it is a laser. So I think this is going to be a very strong weapon, and because that's 20 bullets, you'll have to be careful with it. But yeah, strong weapon, laser. I'm very curious to see how they balance this gun, but I think this could be a very strong gun to use in the well, after the upcoming update. And then finally, my favorite skin, the PGM 338 Punk Revo. Now it's a bit purple again, the war vibes, but this skin looks really good. To be honest, it looks even better in game. I really wanted to have this skin back when I was playing Tava. I think it was in Tava around the time I played. At least I'd seen it before. This skin's just beautiful. I really do want it. So yeah, this battle pass is not disappointing. I thought it was going to be either Hex or Deathleaf. Completely forgot about Punk Revo. But I'm not disappointed. I first thought it was only Dark Hunter, so I was disappointed. But seeing it as Punk Revo mostly, I think they'll likely call it Punk Revo. It looks nice. I'm not disappointed at all. They did, however, tease Dark Hunter as well, so I'm going to show you the teaser video for that, and then after the video also tell you what exactly is in there, because Dark Hunter features 4 skins, but only 1 primary. We will likely have this video shared as well by Neos later on, of course, a little bit reworked. This was a season pass, the first season pass last year in the Korean version, so these guns and skins already exist for a little bit. What we can see in the video, however, here in the background and the main weapon, we can see the Arjuna Dark Hunter skin, so we get a skin for Arjuna. I think we already had her, but we'll get a skin for her. You have the weapon, the CZ Bren, which in Tava was one of the main guns used. Also later on, EME times, it was used quite a bit. A laser with about 40 damage, at least in the other versions. Perhaps toned down a little bit because otherwise it's too powerful. Remember, this gun has 30 bullets. But I think this gun is going to replace the M4. This gun was always stronger than the M4. It will likely be slightly stronger. Has very little bloom, very little recoil, perhaps more than the M4, but this is a very, well, it's a pretty easy gun to use, but it's also a nice gun to use. So I think a lot of people will be using this gun. So we'll see some variety in that. We also saw in the video, if we look closely, or if we move on a little bit, we can see a bit more. We can see a knife here and a pistol. We can see the pistol in action here. This is the Glock Dark Hunter. So we get a Glock skin, and then finally we have a knife here. I believe it's more like a Harpoon knife. See it a bit better somewhere. It's the best that we can see, at least on a cut frame. I think it's a Harpoon kind of knife. I'm not entirely sure, so please do correct me if I'm wrong. But this is the Dark Hunter series. So that is the first bit, the new season format. You already have some more information about that. I'll make sure to update that on the Discord page as well. And then the next thing is the clan mark wars. Now, I was a little bit surprised last week when I heard that we were going to get clan marks. But I think it's overall a good idea because we will get clan marks. The arena season length that they experimented with is also going to change a little bit. I don't think that was mentioned here, but I'm going to mention this anyways. We started with 3-week series. We went to 2-week series, which was a terrible idea, and they're now going to stop with that. I'm not going to disclose the actual length now of the season and before it also changes, but that's something for me to announce hopefully next week. But do know that the arena season length is going to change, and indeed that we'll be fighting for clan marks, which, to be honest, for me makes arena interesting to play again. I haven't played arena ever since they made the seasons 2 weeks, so this is quite interesting for me. Then, new cloud service, GeForce NOW. So A.V.A. will be available on GeForce NOW. I am not sure how much of an impact this is going to have. So I'm also a bit curious why the devs did this. I know the devs have been working on this for quite a long time, at least like half a year. They have been speaking about this, so I'm not sure how much work was focused on this, how difficult it was. So I'm a little bit in between here. At the moment, I'll be honest with you, I haven't spoken with the devs about this yet. Why the decision was made, what the benefits are, and how much time it took them. At the moment, I do worry a bit that they wasted too much time in this that could be spent elsewhere, custom rooms. But yeah, having it on GeForce Now, hopefully. I mean, the positive things that it could bring, perhaps on Mac and Proton, so Linux, the game might be able to run now, because before it wasn't really possible. Bunny was mentioning this. I'm not really convinced if this is true, because I thought it was anti-cheat related. But I definitely encourage Linux and macOS users to try and see if they can launch it via GeForce Now. Of course, some visibility will improve, but because they also mention to play a wide selection of games without the need to download a game client or even have a high-end PC, I wonder if this may fix some bugs as well or make the game run smoother. So I'm very curious to see if the game runs smoother on GeForce Now compared to Steam. So I'm interested to see how that works, and yeah, I'm definitely going to test that and try and collect some feedback on that too. Then new combination system 2.0. I believe I already said it a little bit between the lines that the devs weren't accepting that much feedback on the skin combination system, because there has been a lot of feedback on it, and that's because the system is going to be completely reworked. What they say, the skin combination system was a new system that was introduced to A.V.A Global for all users who wanted a variety of skins. We've made a slight change to the system, where you can now obtain combined skins via this system. 2 weapons from the same group can be combined, and a higher tier or same is obtained through a combination process. After the Season 4 update, A.V.A Global Skin Combination System will have a new skin combination process. The combination obtainable skins lineup will be released in the near future, so stay tuned. Hope you're looking forward to the new season update. Make sure to share it with your friends. Now, what I believe how it works, David did tell me a little bit about it. What this polls does specifically say is that you can, get the same tier or tier high or a higher tier, which is the same before. I'm not entirely sure how it is fully going to change. David gave me a bit information about that, although I'm not too sure that I understood correctly how it works. So I think it's better if I leave this for next week Friday, when I have more information on this as well, and then share it in the update preview stream. Now, this was the end of the post, but as I said at the end of this video, I do want to make a comment regarding custom rooms, and this is more of a message to the devs, and it's more of a concern from my end. So I really hope that the devs do watch this. I'll definitely make sure that the devs do have the option to see this, because this is a little bit of a cry for help. At this point, we need custom rooms. The game has been out since August last year. We're now in June. So it's been out for 10 months. When we had the closed beta, first we had a partner test, we had custom rooms. We didn't have it in the full launch because there were issues with custom rooms. Okay, could accept that. Immediately said, we need custom rooms back when we launch again. At launch, we didn't have custom rooms. Everyone was upset about that, of course. And ever since then, we've been saying we need custom rooms, we need custom rooms priority, custom rooms. We've been saying that. Community has been saying that as well. And as I said, I've been getting a little bit tired of the community constantly bringing it up, because, I mean, you're bringing it up to me. You're not necessarily bringing it up to the devs. The devs know that you guys want this, and I know that you want this, so I don't need to hear it much more. The problem is it takes quite a bit of work to get this sorted, which is why the devs are a little bit hesitant on going all out to implement this, because if they're going to fully focus on custom rooms, we're going to see less actual content updates. So I think now that we have a battle pass, and there'll be 2 updates without a battle pass, this would be a good moment to start. But also, we need it. Let's face it, CS2 is coming out very soon. They're running tests with it already. And let's be real, a lot of people are going to leave for CS2. I am also going to play CS2 when it comes out, of course, because the CS series is quite nice. Will it fully replace A.V.A? No, of course. I'll still play A.V.A. But I'll likely play less A.V.A and not be as involved in A.V.A as in playing. I mean, of course, I'm still going to help out unless things change in regards to custom rooms. But I'll likely play the game less. And I think a lot of people will also, well, I know a lot of people are going to switch from A.V.A to CSGO, because in CSGO, especially for competitive players, there's reason to grow, there's room to grow. And in A.V.A, as long as we don't have custom rooms, as long as we can't do tournaments, we can't do partner events, we can't do F3 no semis, we can't do India only, we can't do e-boat rooms. There's so many things that we can't do that we're limited in the current build with quick match only. It's just super necessary to have custom rooms. Now I understand from the dev's point of view that, of course, this takes work. It's not easy to get this sorted 1, 2, 3. But in the long run, we need this for the game to survive. If we want to enjoy this game for a long time, if we want the game to be sustainable, if we want the game to be running profitable from the dev's point of view, and for us to enjoy it, most of all, we need custom rooms. There's no way around it. Like I said, I'll list the reasons, again, one for one, so you have the reasons. So, first of all, you have a place to look for specific maps. At this point, Demolition is mostly being played. You see Annihilation, Escort is very hard to start because you need 10 people. With custom rooms, you can start 3v3, and it's easier to get people in as well because you don't necessarily need to be in a party either. Focus on specific maps, like I mentioned. You have partner events or GM events, well, GM events, mod events that we can do. So we can run events with codes. We can do rule games such as para only, like I did before, F3 no semis. Yeah, people will play e-boats. We can also look at maps that have been gone and modes that have been gone that are not in the overview because it's not being played enough. But if it's in the game files, in custom rooms, if people want to play it, they'll make a room. If they don't want to play it, they don't make a room. Simple as this. We can do scrims. We can do tournaments. We can start esports. We can start spectating, which means with spectating, we can also view new spots. If you have custom rooms, you can also open up the option for practice rooms. So we can look for bugs. We can look for nade spots. We can look at ways to make the game more interesting. Find like little gimmicks and cool stuff. There's already 10 reasons why we should have custom rooms, and there's still more. We just need it. And at this point, I really want to say to the devs, we've waited long enough. This is the moment that we need to start working on it. You're now going to release the Battle Pass. We'll get the next Battle Pass in September. This is 3 months away. Make sure that in the time in between, you work on custom rooms. If it's not done yet, then the community will likely be upset still. Don't get me wrong. If I know you're already working on it, I perhaps will be less upset. But we need to make progress. We need to have this in the game now, and the focus needs to shift to that now. And I think the community will wholeheartedly understand if you decide, okay, we can't really bring out new game modes because we're working on custom rooms. Fine, we don't care. There's still old game modes that you can rotate. You can rotate e-boat, for example, so the escape modes. Well, A.V.A Sports kind of terrible. You already rotated Infection. You can rotate Hide and Seek as well. There's a lot that you can still rotate. The co-op modes you can rotate. Please do that. I don't care if we don't get new modes for a few months, if that means we get custom rooms. At this point, we need it. And I hope you'll finally realize now, well, not finally realize, but at least finally start to focus on this, because we need this. We've waited long enough. This is the right moment. And I'm not sure if there will be another moment. People are going to leave for CS2. And if we don't have the outlook on custom rooms now, these people will not return.